Alright, what's going on, guys? We're back with another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to be breaking down the Global Dokkan campaign announcement video that we got. So I've already posted my initial reaction to it. We're getting the tag Super Saiyan Blues duo, and then the tag Goku Black and Zamasu. Yeah, there's a lot of heat going on right now in the community over this. Just being the Future Saga pick, I think is kind of a downer for most people. It just feels like they're kind of redoing Worldwide from 2 years ago. But the bigger issue, it comes with the actual units themselves from the little that we know about it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go dive into the video. We're going to look over all the stuff that they talked about. We're going to talk about the units themselves, and then kind of theorize a way forward of what we might see for like animations, kits, stuff like that. But yeah, I know a lot of people just are not happy right now, but I understand. Everybody's hopes get on one thing, and then when it's something else and it doesn't work out, it's a little frustrating. But you know, we're here. We love Dokkan. We are gonna go ahead and cover this stuff, and I think that no matter what, I think they're gonna do good with this celebration, even if they're not the units we wanted. I think they're still going to be good. I think they're still going to unwrong some of their errors that they made 2 years ago. So I think that's kind of the point too. All right, let's jump into this video here. So we're not gonna really play it. We're kind of scroll through real quick. So Omatsu and Ken, kind of came in, they did introductions or whatever. They talk about, okay, Global Dokkan campaign, we got that coming up. Yep, cool, that's what we're all here for. Then we go through, okay, so they bring up the schedule again. So first glance at this, I don't think there's anything that's like really different from the last update we had, right? They talk about the Japanese version's anniversary being like the main anniversary, right? So Dokkan Supreme Celebration. Then we go to where Global would typically have their anniversary and JP would typically have Tanabata. They've basically just made that the new Worldwide celebration. So Worldwide used to be in September, October. They've basically just taken that, combined it with the Global anniversary, and have rebranded it as the Global Dokkan campaign. And then in Worldwide's old time slot in September, October, Tanabata is going to swing down there. They're going to rename it, I assume. It just says new campaign, so it'll probably be the same level as that. They did talk about these being your anniversary size campaigns twice a year. So, I mean, we've got the main anniversary in the beginning of the year. We've got the Global Dokkan campaign here in the middle of the year, and these are set to be the same level. Already I feel like they're a little different just because one of them had 3 LRs in part 1 and 3 LRs in part 2. This one seems it's going back to the 4 total format, right? 2 and 2. But I mean, who knows what they could do later for part 2, if there's a part 3, whatever they're going to do. If this is going to be an anniversary size campaign, I'm expecting there to be a lot more than what we got today, right? Today was just a little bit of a, hey, here's kind of the direction we're going. On the 5th is where we're going to see a lot more detail for this campaign coming up. So I urge you guys to just, try to settle some of your heat right now until the 5th, and we get to kind of see a lot more about what the celebration's about. And then after that, if you still hate everything that they're doing, yeah, sure, go ahead and start blasting them. But I say wait until then, at least until we get a little bit more info, and then let your hatred come out. But yeah, so we're rolling into the Global Dokkan campaign here. We'll go through. So they talk about the perfect cooperation team battle that's going on right now. So stage 1 and 2 is available. We've already cleared those stages, so if you guys want to check that out, I've made a couple videos on them already. But this is a cool event. I like the idea of this, where you're fighting against characters who team up in order to defeat their foes. So stage 1 being Goku and Piccolo versus Raditz, and then stage 2 being Goku and Vegeta versus Kid Buu. Was pretty cool, and it gives you some pretty good EX skill orbs too. So definitely worth doing, definitely worth looking at. And I think this celebration is going to have a lot to do with this. I think a lot of the characters we're going to see in the celebration are going to become stages later on. So, I mean, especially like if they're going to stick to, I don't know if they're going to stick to just super characters, like super type characters, or if there's going to be extreme type characters in there. Because, I mean, if both the new units are going to be tag, then they could both easily fit into this event. So we could definitely see them popping up as enemies in later stages. Okay, so the next thing was the Season Dokkan chances. So for this, you got the chance tickets right when the countdown started. You go into the Baba shop, you pick whichever one of these chance balls you would like. You can throw all your tickets onto one. You can split them up. You can buy one of each to guarantee yourself at least 30 stones. But for every ball they pick, right, for every one of those you have, you're going to get 15 stones. So if you put all 7 of yours into number 7, and number 7 gets drawn during the live stream on the 5th, you're going to get 105 stones. And then so on for however you divvied it up, right? And they're going to, like I said, they're going to pull 2 of these. So you've got 2 chances to get stones. And then, you know, the more you put into the winning ball, the more stones you get. That's just how it works. So I think this is pretty cool. I think it's going to be fun to do. You know, add a little fun to the live stream as well. I think they're gonna. I don't know if they're gonna do it in the beginning, the middle, if they're gonna wait till after they do the animations or kind of stall. But we'll see. So make sure you guys do this. Don't forget to do that if you haven't already. Just you don't want to miss out on the chance for free stones. Okay, and then he talks about the campaign theme. So breaking through. So this one was a little weird. Let me see if I can get the. So yeah, so he talks about it here. Let's get the subtitles going. So breaking through, harsh fight of warriors who fought to break through the future by confronting powerful foes. Okay, so the theme, if you just say breaking through, could mean a whole slew of things. When you say breaking through the future by confronting powerful foes, that immediately right there, you say future, boom, I'm thinking Future Saga, Vegito, Zamasu, Goku Black. And I mean, lo and behold, that's what part 1 is. But what does this mean for part 2? Like, are they going to stick with just breaking through and it's going to be a different kind of, you know, mantra? It's not through the future. It's going to be, you know, I just think breaking through by defeating powerful foes or confronting powerful foes, like that makes sense to me. When you throw in break through the future, I don't really know. I think it's like a weird, like Japanese to English translation thing that just comes off weird. But all in all, I think that for those of us who really wanted to see Daima, I definitely think Daima is still on the table for part 2. Breaking through as a theme, you know, teaming up to confront powerful enemies, to do whatever, like it still screams Daima to me. It's definitely possible, and it's time. Like, they keep putting it off, and I don't understand why. I think we should have had Mini Goku on Saiyan Day. That was like my original thought. We should have had him for Golden Week. Like, I don't understand why they're sitting on these characters unless they were waiting to drop them during a big campaign like this. So now's the time, and the fact that they're not throwing them out in part 1 blows my mind. So if they are part 2, great, like that's awesome. But why not? Why didn't you just do it in part 1 and get everybody just like riled up and ready, like excited, instead of pissed? Like, I don't really understand the thought process there, but we'll see. I don't have any insight to what part 2 is going to be. My hope is that they just go with Daima. I'd really want to see those characters in here, man. I think it's just time. So yeah, I guess we'll see. But for now, it's not Daima, it's Future Saga. So, all right, then they go through this here. So they'll play through the teaser trailer, right? We saw this before. It's a different theme that starts playing. It's the super theme. We get to see the lights going through the sky again, which we now know is technically like Vegito and Zamasu, right? So yeah, it goes through all this. It starts to show some of these animations, right? This is new right here. This, that, like these are all new animations from the new units. The card arts look awesome. I won't lie. The card arts look sick. Then you got Godly Justice into Human Justice. Yep, which obviously is the blue duo. Yep, and then they do their fusion. Vegito, again, all new animations. He looks so good, dude. This looks so freaking cool. Yep, and then there's the card art. Vegito in the background. Awesome, dude, so cool. You flip it over. Yep, and then you got Vegeta up front. You got Zamasu up front. And Trunks is back here as well. So Vegeta does have an attack. His active is an attack with Trunks. So I think that's a cool little addition that they have there as well. The the only thing that sucks is, you know, once they start kind of talking about the characters, there's a line in here. Let's see if we can catch it. Yep, so they'll show the illustration again. And then they talk about the active skill, right? Which one, who does what kind of active. So here, so Goku's active skill allows the duo to merge into Vegito to execute a crushing attack. So the way this reads is that they're going to fuse, do an attack within the active, and then defuse and go back into Goku and Vegeta. So it is not a fusion active skill. It is a fusion attack active skill, right? So just like the Year 7 God duo, right, where they, you know, you transform them into their blue state. They had another active skill where they fuse into Gogeta. He launches an attack immediately, and then they just go right back into the blue duo. That's exactly what this sounds like they're doing here with this character. And then, well, that's the Goku side, right? And then once you do the reversible exchange and you go to Vegeta, he's going to launch an attack with Trunks. So he's going to have some sort of, like, you know, combined attack, whatever, which is cool. I think that's a cool addition to have for him. I just don't like the fact that you're not fusing permanently into Vegito. You know, having the choice to either fuse or do this attack. But I mean, you can't do that for every character, and I get it. Like, I was a little frustrated after watching the video and thinking about it, and I was like, dude, it should have just been Blue Vegito. Like, what the hell are you guys doing? But, you know, they did the same thing with Kale and Caulifla, and people were pissed. I was pissed. I wanted them to fuse into Kefla so bad. Again, this was another character I really wanted as a reversible exchange. Dude, the moment they announced tag units and they started giving us, you know, the Vegito, the Gogeta, and then they gave us the Goku and Frieza, immediately I was like, I want Goku Black and Zamasu. I want Kale and Caulifla. I want the Blue Boys. You know, all these fusions they're toss up. Like, they're literally just like underhand lobbing it up to you. They're just giving it to you, man. It is a free home run, and they didn't do it for all three of those guys. Because even, I mean, once they start going and talking about Goku Black and Zamasu, you know, I'm just gonna let this play. It's the same thing, man. Like, so Goku Black is the one, he'll do an attack with Zamasu, right? Just how Vegeta does an attack with Trunks. And then Zamasu merges, right? So they fuse into merge Zamasu, but they just do an attack. They don't stay merge Zamasu. So to me, these are misses. Like, this is a miss to not let them fuse and stay fused. Because that is an entirely cool concept that you do with the reversible exchange, to be like, okay, you've got these characters that can do this, so you've got a choice. Do you want to attack? Do you want to fuse? Do you want to do whatever? Like, play it your way and, like, choose your own adventure, right? So the fact that they don't let you do that sucks, and a lot of people are pissed about it, and I understand. I totally get it. But I do see the other side of this, right? I will say this here. It kind of takes away from the purpose of having a tag character if all you're going to do is switch into them, wait, like, literally just bide your time till you can fuse and then use the one character. Granted, Vegito and Gogeta had a time limit. But once you fused into them, you win the game. Like you're almost never defusing unless you're doing like Festival of Battles or some shit. But like for characters like these, like if you don't make their fusion insanely busted, or you just make their fusion an attack, it provides you a lot more time to actually use the characters, swap between them, kind of get a little bit of different gameplay. And to me, I get it. Like, I think that's cool. Like that is a great idea, and that's the whole purpose of the tag characters, is to be able to swap between them and, you know, utilize their different kits. And you're not able to do that if you just fuse, and all you're thinking about is like, I'm just gonna hurry up and get to him so I can fuse. So I get it. I get why they did this. And yes, it's a little frustrating. Yes, would I rather just have these guys fuse into Vegito and be able to like throw Vegito out there and use him for a couple turns, and then same thing with Merge Zamasu, right? Be able to throw him out there for a couple turns. Yeah, dude, it'd be cool as shit. But I mean, he's still there. They're still gonna do the fusion. The animations are gonna look fucking sweet. And then they're gonna go back into this, and then you're gonna have a lot more strategy that you could play with, right? A lot more things you could do. So I get it. That all of that just to say that I understand why they did this, and I'm not going to be upset about it unless their kits and their animations actually suck ass. That is the only thing that's actually going to piss me off, is if after all of this you're like, okay, yeah, maybe I'll give them a chance, and then they just fucking suck. That is the point where I'll be like, all right, yeah, no, screw this. They completely fucking wash these guys. Like, it's dog water units. Like, and I don't think they're going to do that, because I think they're trying to right their wrong from 2 years ago, right? When they did this whole fusion saga thing for Worldwide with these guys. Dude, their animations were so trash, except the fusion. The fusion and then Vegito's animations were good. But the Blue Duo, the animations sucked. They aren't that great. I mean, they were good on release, but they're not really that great now. But yeah, dude, like, I think this is okay. As much as I want Daima, I think this is okay. I'm not going to be upset about this. Like I said, I want to wait and see what their animations look like. I want to see what their kits look like, and we're going to get all that stuff here on the 5th, right? They're going to give us the live stream. We're going to be able to see all that stuff. And then on the 7th, or the night of the 6th, depending on where you live, we'll be able to summon for them and actually use them in game. So it's gonna be fine. And then 2 weeks later, two and a half weeks later, we'll get part 2, and maybe that's when our boy Super Saiyan 4 shows up. We'll see. Or they just keep it. I don't think they'll do it full Future Saga the entire time. That would just be, oh my god, what would they even do for part 2? Because, I mean, Trunks is part of the card. So I was thinking maybe it's something with Trunks, but Trunks is part of the card. So, and this is supposed to be like the climax of the Future Saga from Super. So I don't think they would do this again. I mean, the only thing I could see is them basically just doing like Future Gohan and the androids. But, you know, the androids being a tag character would be pretty cool. And then you have a tag Trunks and Gohan. Oh shit. Did I just figure out part 2? Oh no. Oh dude, if they do that, I think people are going to be pissed. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to shut up about that now before I make myself mad. Anyway, we'll keep going. Yep, so this just advertises the live stream coming up on the 5th, 1800 PST. Yeah, I unfortunately will not be able to watch this when it first drops, right? Because for me, because this is actually, it's not actually going to be 6 p.m. because it's PST. We're in DT right now. So add an hour to this. So instead of 6, it'd be 7. So for me, it'd be 10. My daughter goes to sleep at like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and her room is right across from where I record these videos. So I will not be able to watch it because I will probably be yelling and screaming and getting real excited, and I don't want to wake her up. So I've probably watched this in the morning of the 6th, and I'll make sure to put my reaction out there as well for that, and then do a full breakdown of everything afterwards as well. But yeah, I think that was all they gave us. Yeah, and they're like, oh, did you enjoy it? Let us know what you think. Yeah, you don't want people to let you know what they think right now, dog. But yeah, I mean, as for these dudes, like, I could see like their attack, you know, the attack Goku Black does with Zamasu. Something with this, you know, maybe like this style of attack here, where they're both rushing in with their fucking energy swords. Or I even thought of like this guy and his, I think it's his 18 key, right? So I mean, he does his attacks here, and then him and Zamasu do like, I think the Holy Grenade, I think is the name of the attack. Yeah, this, where they do this. I could see something like that being their active, right? Their active attack from Goku Black. You know, very much so. And I mean, we saw in the animation what Zamasu does, right? Same thing as like Vegito. We didn't get to see his actual attack, but you see him do his fucking shit. So you know what he's gonna be doing. These guys, so like Vegeta, my thought is the father-son Gun. Like that's literally, like you talk about Future Saga and Vegeta and Trunks doing an attack together, and I just imagine the father-son Gun. So maybe it's just a re-upped version of this attack here, which is already beautiful. Like I still love this animation so much. But I mean, this is what I see them doing for that. To me, it makes the most sense. But I mean, you never know. It could be something fresh. It could be something Dokkan original. Who knows? We'll see once the actual animations drop on the 5th. But I mean, as for the celebration, Future Saga, dude, there's so much they could do here. The amount of easy A's that they could freaking drop for this would be nuts. Dude, if they end up easy A'ing these two like a year early, that would be wild. It would be so cool. I mean, for them especially, because they suck. But I mean, I could see them getting easy A, especially if they do the part 2 thing that I mentioned. I could see that. I could see them. Let's see. I mean, him getting a super easy A, super easy A, easy A, super easy A, super easy A, easy A, easy A. Dude, there's so much they could do with Future Saga in terms of easy A, super easy A, super easy A, super easy A. Dude, like super easy A, super easy A, super easy A. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. They could do so much with Future Saga that I get why they're doing it, because I mean, it makes sense. But yeah, so that is, I think, everything that I want to talk about for this video breakdown. Kind of long-winded, but all this basically to say, let's just wait until the animations come out, until we get to see the kits before we start making our final judgments on this stuff. Because at the end of the day, I think they're going to be just fine. I think they're going to be awesome units to run. I mean, Worldwide is that time where the units come out that are supposed to be somewhat on par with the anniversary, right? So hopefully, we'll see. You know, if not these guys, hopefully at least part 2. But I do have high hopes for these guys, and I really hope they don't let me down, because oh man, I'd be so upset. But yeah, I think that is going to do it for the video today, guys. So if you hung out to the end, I appreciate you. Yeah, just let me know what you guys think, right? And try to be a little civil about it if you start getting heated over these guys. But I think it's a cool pick no matter what. Like, I want Daima, but I think it's still a cool pick. And as long as they do them justice and they do the campaign right, dude, I'm all here for it. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya!